University of Northwestern Ohio 225 with just 38 laps remaining. Out in front, Johnny Sauter has a 1 second lead over Nelson Piquet Jr. But Nelson Piquet Jr. just brushed the wall coming through turn 4.
He ran out of room, Rick. He's been running that high line off the turn, and he just got a little bit too high. He hit it with the right rear corner of the truck, Phil. If you're going to hit the wall with part of your truck, that's the best part. You don't want to mess up those valuable front fenders.
And it didn't look like he hit it behind as we watch this great battle for the 3rd spot. He didn't mess up the tires too, so there's no toe-in issue.
Austin Dillon on the bottom of the racetrack trying to get by Kyle Busch. Busch up high, keeping the momentum up.
You made a great point when you said Nelson Piquet Jr. made that pass in 1 turn after it took Johnny Sauter 30. Austin Dillon's been working on him for 4 or 5 laps. That just tells you what a truck that guy in the 8 has underneath of him. He was able to get right around Kyle Busch and set his sights, as Kyle gets a little high, set his sights on our leader Johnny Sauter.
Your voice got a little high.
I know, that scares me. I've hit those walls before, as you might have read.
Side by side they stay. Again, this is the battle for the 3rd spot. Austin Dillon trying to take it away from Kyle Busch.
Austin's wanting so badly to hear Andy Houston tell him clear, and just hasn't quite been able to do it. Andy Houston being this spotter, who Austin got a little bit loose, had to chase it up the hill a little bit, but Kyle had given him enough room, so he had room to chase it.
Okay, bud, just get back in line here, gather it in, we'll get him.
And remember,
keep working hard on it.
The 18 and the 3. Kyle Busch, Richard Childress Racing, they've had bad blood already this year. Kyle Busch is not going to give up to a Richard Childress Racing driver.
Check this out. This is when Nelson Piquet Jr. gets high off 4 and hits the wall.
Just taps it with the right rear corner.
You know, Phil, when you come, look at all this room. We'll watch him tap it again with the right rear corner like that. Look at all this room you have exiting turn 4. When you set up here, look, pit road. We got one of the leaders to pit road.
Green flag pit stop for Parker Kligerman. Herming.
Yeah, big pit stop for the 29 team of Parker Kligerman. Been fighting a little bit of a free condition on entry. 4 tires in the air pressure adjustment, Ray.
23 of Jason White was also in. They went fuel only. They had to go to the 2nd can, which surprised me just a little bit, but he will get off pit road here at lap 116. And when we get a chance, guys, we need to take a look at the 2 truck. He is blowing water out. He said the water temperature is pegged. That could be a big problem for the Hunt Brothers Chevrolet.
Well, if the temperature's pegged and it's losing water, it will be a big problem. I don't think it can make it another, you know, that many laps, another 33 laps.
And ironically, he was the 3rd fastest truck that lap on the racetrack.
That happens too. He was really loose at first. He gets those tire pressures built up. You lose so much ground though, you can't hardly ever make it up, but you can run some fast laps after you get your tires worn in a little bit.
I'll tell you, we're getting close to a lot of people making pit stops here. We've already seen Kligerman on pit road. We've already seen Jason White on pit road. Johnny Sauter was last on pit road on lap number 60. That's 58 laps ago.
Why doesn't Elliott Sadler, if he's pegging the temperature right now, why doesn't he come to pit road? He's got to make a green flag pit stop anyway. He can
go longer than anyone else. He pitted on lap number 72, so he can probably go another 15 laps. He would love to catch a caution, put some of these guys a lap down.
I'm with you though, Rick. Man, I'd get to pit road and cool her down.
Don't want that thing to blow up. 1.2 seconds the difference between Johnny Sauter and Nelson Piquet Jr.
Welcome back to Kentucky. Austin Dillon decided to go with tires instead of going a no tire stop. It'll be 4 for the Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. They're going with gas. Now down to Herming.
Yeah, Kyle Busch is making his way to pit road, which should be his final stop. He needs more grip, overall grip on the 18. They're going to put 4 tires on this 18, an air pressure adjustment, and a gain and a half of Sunoco fuel. Also, we want to update Nelson Piquet Jr. He just recently made his green flag pit stop on lap 120. A little bit of a mistake. You watch it right here. Nelson Piquet Jr. coming into his pit stop. Watch. He overshoots his pit stall. NASCAR official makes him back up. That cost him about 7 or 8 valuable seconds on his pit stop for the 18.
That's a great point, Hermie. And not only that, when he slid into his pit, that put him too close to the inside wall, and it took his jackman a long time to get that left side jacked up. Cost him even more seconds.
When he came onto pit road, he was only 1.2 seconds behind Johnny Sauter, and a big problem on pit road for that 8 team. Now we go back down to Ray.
For the 7, he was tight through the middle, so they definitely need to make an adjustment. He said he just can't get the wheel to turn the way he wants to. Right side tires go on that Stemco race truck, and they're going to come around. Looks like a 2-tire stop only. They had to get gas in it. And the big decision for Joe Shear now is, what do we do? Are we going 2 or 4? He's been watching the monitor to see what the other guys are doing. He wanted to make an air pressure adjustment in the right front. Sauter said the truck is good on the high side, but it's way too loose on the bottom side. It's going to be a 4-tire stop. The guys come around to the left side. Tires get hung on there. They need to get the fuel in. Not too bad. They'll go rolling away. Oh, and Sauter may have stalled it. Did he get it back in gear? Yes. No. Is it rolling? No. I'm not sure the truck's even rolling.
Yeah, it's rolling, and he's slow off of pit road.
Drive plans or something.
Yeah, I thought
He just broke something. Broke something when they dropped the jack. He tried to leave. He either broke a drive plate or something like that.
maybe an axle.
Broken axle, guys. Get ready.
Broken axle. We just heard out of Johnny Sauters. We see Elliott Sadler on pit road now for his change. Right.
These guys are going to clear off that grill. That's the most important part. They did that. Right side tires on there. Had to wait a little bit on fuel. They'll have that grill clean. Sauter is on his way back to pit road. He said something is definitely broken.
Yeah, he's out of it, Ray. He's
Broken
axle, it looks like, or a drive plate. So that's going to take him completely out of contention. It's going to take him a number of laps to fix that.
Yeah, you could see that when he went to leave, only one wheel was pulling. That's why he wasn't able to get going very well.
Yeah, these rear ends lock up. Watch him now when they drop the jack. About the same time, it broke right then. See the right rear tire spinning, the left rear tire not spinning. Here it is again. Watch them when they drop the jack. There it is. Now only one wheel is driving. He can't get going.
And that's why you hear the motor just revving up, but not going anywhere.
You saw the black streak come from the right rear tire. What a horrible break for Johnny Sauter. It's been so good this entire weekend. And man, oh man. Watch this now. Watch when this truck goes by. You see that black streak? That black streak right there? That's because the right rear tire is the only one pulling. It's like a positive traction rear end in a street car. Right now he has an open rear end because only one wheel's pulling.
So unfortunate for the 13 team, as he was looking dominant toward the end of this race. Now Joey Coulter out in front. James Buescher running in the 2nd spot. Bodine, Travis Kvapil, and Brendan Gaughan are your top 5. And Ricky Carmichael running in the 6 is the last truck on the lead lap.
Right now the top 7 trucks have not made their way to pit road for this round of pit stops. They have to be getting close.
There comes Joey Coulter.
Joey Coulter's getting ready to come down pit road right now. Let's make sure this is a young driver. Make sure no mistakes, Michael.
He comes on to pit road. It looks like Parker Kligerman might be coming onto pit road as well. No, that's not Parker Kligerman behind him.
It's Justin Lawson.
Justin Lawson at 46.
I was watching his truck. He went really high, almost got in the wall down in 3 and 4, and then came straight to pit road. Coulter's done a great job so far, Phil. He got that thing down to speed and looks like he's going to get to his pit stall without any issues.
Right.
Right side tires for these guys, just as you guys were talking about. They wanted to make an air pressure adjustment. Half a pound in the right front. He only needed about 6 seconds of fuel, so that'll be a fast stop for the 22.
I like that call. Make something happen here. Kyle Busch right now is the top running truck that made his green flag pit stop. We'll see how it shakes out when Joey Coulter gets back on the racetrack. We know Kyle Busch put 4 tires on.
I like the fact that Elliott Sadler swapped it up. A lot of guys doing different things. You can see the 46 here. He didn't plan to come to pit road, I don't believe. I think that this team was gonna maybe just gas and go. When he slid that left front tire so far, they called an audible and put left side tires on that truck, so that was a smart call. But he was way up out of the groove. He just made a dead left and came to pit road.
James Buescher, your race leader, on pit road now. So Buescher gives the lead up to Todd Bodine, who's still out on the racetrack. Actually, Bodine following him. We go to Herming.
Yeah, we talked in the pre-race show about how good tire wear can affect race strategy. James Buescher stayed on the racetrack as long as he could to get fuel only on his last stop.
Now things are starting to heat up right
I like
here,
that call as well. I like that call as well. But to me, if you have to put a can of gas in as Todd Bodine is making his pit stop, he's going to go with 4 tires. You see his left front tire changer fall down. If you're going to put 1 can of gas in, you might as well change 2 tires.
do it about the same time. You're right, Bill.
But on and off of pit road, Nelson Piquet Jr. Remember the mistake he had, but he was trailing Johnny Sauter, who's off the racetrack.
But check this out, Rick. He gets down into turn 3 and 4, jumps over the cushion we talk about. He's up out of the groove. Look how sideways he is, and look where he's headed. We've seen trucks crash when they get up here. He almost is able to hang on to that truck, though.
A great job of holding on to the truck, but it's going to lose another 2 or 3 seconds while he does that.
Hermie.
Yeah, Brendan Gaughan making his way to pit road. He came to pit road, got fuel only on his last stop. He also extended his last tire run, trying to make up some track position at the end of this race.